Hi everyone, I'm back from the Ukraine now, back on the south coast of England. If you don't know, over the last few months I've been renting out my flat back in the north of England so I could do a bit of travelling and things. Finally, I can get back in my flat in just a few more days' time, so just back from Ukraine, so I'm just staying at my mum's just a few more days till I can go back home. So yeah, on the south coast of England, in Shoreham by Sea, and it's a beautiful sunset, beautiful location, really nice. I would get my tripod out and my filters and everything and do some proper photography, but I wanted to kind of like discuss my life and where I am at the moment and reflect on sort of following my dreams and things like that. So I have just taken a few handheld photos. By the time I finish rambling on, the sun will have set. So yeah, I just thought this would be a nice place to discuss things and sort of good for me to get out. And I did take a few photos, so that was nice. But anyway, yeah, I just wanted to reflect on, I don't know, some people might even watch my channel and think, what is this guy doing? Sometimes I think to myself, what the hell have I done? What am I doing? Sometimes I feel like over the last sort of couple of years, I feel like I've made a series of bad decisions. Decisions which I felt were right at the time, but things just haven't gone the way that I've wanted. I've always been someone who's wanted like not just an average life but a great life. I've never wanted to settle for anything. I've never wanted to get comfortable in a job that I wasn't passionate about, you know, just something that paid the bills but wasn't what I wanted to do in my life. A lot of people just get comfortable and I never wanted that. I've always wanted to do something which I was passionate about, which brought me happiness. I fell in love with photography and then quickly realised I wanted to do that. Even with relationships, like I struggle to get into relationships because I could get really deep with this and discuss my whole past and my whole life story. I won't, but basically I've never ever wanted to just settle. I can't get into a relationship unless I know in my heart that deep down that it's going to last and it's right and it feels right, and I can't just be in a relationship and just settle for someone just so that I'm not alone, or you know, I need to be with the right person, and that's why I always struggle with relationships as well. So I've always had very high standards that way as well. So when it comes to like pursuing photography, when I discovered my love for photography and decided that's what I wanted to do with my life, while still working as a postman, I would get home from work and I didn't actively sort of pursue it as a career, but I did spend all my spare time taking photos, and I'd get home from work and edit photos, and I was trying to build up a following, I guess, trying to build up my blog and my Facebook page, but not actually actively pursuing it as a career. And because I was working as a postman, I'd start work at 5:30 in the morning, so I'd have to wake up at like 4:30 in the morning. So I was getting between 2 and 4 hours sleep every night, and I felt terrible. For years working as a postman, I felt terrible just because I wasn't sleeping hardly. And I realised then the importance of sleep. So basically, I always thought that so long as I was working full time in that job, I thought I'm never ever gonna have the energy and the time to put in the work to achieve my dreams. So, 2.5 years ago, when certain things happened in my life, I quit my job, and then I thought that would give me the time, the energy and everything else to work towards this dream of becoming a professional photographer. And one of the reasons why I get frustrated lately is because I look back at all the time I've had since I quit my job, and I think to myself, well, what have I achieved in that time? So that kind of like gets me down sometimes. And then on a smaller scale, I've been doing the wrong things. I've been putting too much time and effort into like trying to build my Instagram following, and I would get frustrated because this is just one example of one of the many things I try to do which doesn't go how I would like, but I'm spending hours and hours and hours trying to figure out Instagram, and hours researching exactly which hashtags to use for the photo I'm about to upload, ones which were obviously relevant but not too big, not too small. I spent so long researching which hashtags to use, researching what aspect ratio I should be posting my photos to get the maximum sort of screen space and things like that. And then I'd think to myself, I've got it, I finally cracked Instagram. And then I'd post my photo and I'd get less likes than I did before. And so yeah, I think I've probably underestimated how difficult it would be to pursue my dreams. So basically over the past, well, for a while now, I just kind of feel like both professionally and in my love life, which are the two biggest things, the two kind of most important things in my life, and on both sides of those things I feel like just things aren't happening for me, and I try things and they don't go the way I want them to. And the like I say, they're the two biggest areas in my life that mean the most to me, and the two biggest things that I want things to go well for. And yeah, like I say, sometimes I think, what the hell am I doing? Like, I quit my job, and that hasn't worked out well for me. I've now got no money. My career hasn't taken off like I'd hoped. My love life, you know, I recently went to Ukraine to see this girl that I thought things were going to go well with, and that didn't work out at all. So I went to Ukraine to see her. She wanted me to go, and I was surprised at how it was so different to how I thought it would be. And it's just typical of my luck. And I went there because I thought, this feels different, this feels right. And still I've ran, and it's kind of ended up the same way as sort of every other girl I meet, pretty much. So it's frustrating.
Unfortunately, at this point I was interrupted as a man walked down to the beach and stood right in front of me. So since it was getting dark anyway, I returned to my mum's place to record the rest of the video there. Unfortunately, I've somehow since deleted that video, but I do still have the audio, so here is the audio for the rest of the video.
I've just finished reading the book by Seth Godin called The Dip. It's quite an old book now, but in the book he talks about pursuing any kind of dream, or even just picking up a sport. There comes a point where it's just really, really tough, really, really difficult. And I kind of feel like I've reached that point now, that point that Seth describes as the dip, where I've been sort of pursuing this for 2-3 years now. And I'm now at a point in my life where I've got no job, no money. My career's not where I want it to be at all. So most people now, and it would probably make sense for me now to just think, okay, tried it, hasn't worked out, and to just quit, go back to a regular job and just sort of forget this dream. But basically what Seth describes in this book is that you have the winners, the people who achieve and go on to achieve their dreams and things, are the people who, when they reach this point, they keep going. And whereas like 95% or whatever of people would quit, you have to push even harder to get past this. And I certainly know for a while, I feel like everything in my life, small things, big things, everything just feels an effort, and like it isn't sort of, never goes the way I want it to at the moment. And God, I feel like I'm just sort of feeling sorry for myself, but yeah, it's been tough, and some things I show, some things I don't show, but yeah, it would be easy for me to quit now, but I will never ever quit on this sort of passion and this dream, and I'll never give up on the things that I want to achieve and the things that I know will make me happy. I also read an interview on a blog post recently by a professional photographer, and he was giving advice, and one quote really stuck out to me in this interview, and he said, if someone had told me early on that it would be 10 years of hard work and 10 years of things going against me, 10 years before anything good remotely happened, then I'd feel a bit better about myself. And that really stuck with me because, like I said earlier, I sometimes think I quit my job 2-3 years ago, and what have I achieved in that time? And to hear a professional photographer say, I wish I'd known earlier on that it would take 10 years before anything good happened, that's kind of actually reassuring to me, and reassuring to know that, you know, I'm still early on in the process, and it's still going to take more time, more effort, and this is just something you kind of have to go through. So yeah, I feel like I'm at that kind of bottom point. I don't even currently, for the last few months, haven't had anywhere to live. Thankfully, I will be going back to my flat soon, but I'll be going back to my flat with bills to pay and no job, no money, and things haven't been working out for me lately, whether it's professionally or my love life or many other things. It has been tough, but I will continue and I will ride through this, and I know eventually, if I keep going, I know eventually I will turn a corner and things will start to improve. And when I do get back to my flat as well, I'm going to be changing tactics slightly as well, because I think in the past I've been putting too much time and effort and energy into Instagram, and I had this kind of mindset recently of like, if you build it, they will come. And if I can build a large following on either Instagram or YouTube or both, then people will just come to me and clients will come looking for me, and basically I won't have to do any hard work. I'll just build up a following, people will come to me, and that's been totally the wrong way to go about things. But the main point I want to get across is I will never stop chasing my dreams or pursuing the things that will make me happy. The last thing I want is to be sat on my deathbed with regret. Whatever happens, even if I don't reach the kind of heights that I would like, I will die happy knowing that I tried. I hope you all stick with me through this journey, and I hope witness things improve, and I hope kind of me pursuing my goals and dreams and trying to just spend my life doing the things that make me happy. I hope it's not just interesting, but I hope it kind of encourages other people as well. But yeah, that's it for this video anyway. Enough rambling. Like I say, in a few short days time, I will be back home in Carlisle, and I will be back in my flat, back to my pride and joy after, I think it's been 7 months. So I am very excited to get back in my flat as well, and then hopefully find a job so I can pay bills and kind of try and get back on my feet and things, but also get into a routine and really knuckle down, change tactics and really knuckle down. And yeah, let's see what the future holds. But thank you very much for sitting through this. Thank you very much for watching, and I hope to see you in the next video. Bye.
Am I the only one who's not giving up? I'm looking around, yeah, you all giving up. You need